Hi, I'm JemInEye, and I work as a hairstylist. I've been doing that for 20 years now. That's my main career. But I'm lucky enough that I only have to work 3 days a week, so that leaves me 4 days free a week. And in my other time, I have an accessories business called JemInEye Designs. I also write poetry under JemInEye incantations and do sound healing performance with JemInEye incantations.
And can you tell us a little bit about what the flow of your travel has been like over the last year or so? I know you attend a lot of festivals and parties and things like that.
Well, I've stayed here in the United States this year and have been traveling the west coast of California, as well as I went to Nevada for Burning Man. So mostly I traveled between May and September of this year, going to various different festivals that I was fortunate enough to get to offer sound healing ceremonies at.
Wonderful. And how many festivals on average might you attend in a year?
Probably around 6 outdoor festivals, as well as I go to many different events and parties and things as well.
Yeah, the community seems to be very active in terms of coming up with yummy things to do.
Yes, that's very, very true. In this past week alone, I got to offer sound healing ceremonies at 2 different events with community, which was really special.
And what are some of the things you find attractive about the location-independent lifestyle? I know you have a home here in the Santa Cruz area, but you are in motion a lot. And what do you find attractive about that?
I love adventure. I love traveling. I love meeting new people. And with the festival community, there's always amazing art and amazing, beautiful spaces and stages that are created, and that really inspires me. I'm also very into interior design as well, and I love creating beautiful and sacred spaces. So I get really, really inspired by all the art that people are creating.
Tell us about some of the things you most appreciate about festival culture. Specifically, what is it that keeps drawing you back?
Um, Several things. I absolutely love the music. I love, love, love dancing. It's been a really big part of my life for a long time, and I absolutely love the open-heartedness and open-mindedness of the community of people that attends the festivals.
And are there any standout events or places that you've been to in recent memory?
So some of my favorite festivals are Enchanted Forest, which is a smaller, very community-based music and arts festival, which is held in the Redwoods, and I love the location. It's just absolutely beautiful. And I also really enjoy Symbiosis Gathering, which is a much larger festival that incorporates all different kinds of performance and art and music.
And I've made the point, both on my website and in conversations, that I feel like traveling to a transformational festival for 3 or 4 or 5 days is somewhat like a short trip abroad. Because of the diversity of people and experiences that you have, you're dropped into a situation that's different from your normal situation. What are your thoughts about that? What are your experiences?
I completely agree. You have to plan your trip, purchase your tickets, pack, make sure everything's taken care of at home while you're gone for 3 to 5 days. And then you get to show up and move into your new home for the weekend. And you're just in a really spontaneous, really freeing kind of energy and vibe that is more conducive to meeting new people and just enjoying new experiences. And it's a really fun, exploratory way to be.
Yeah, well, having traveled abroad and lived abroad and attended festivals, I know it feels the same. It feels like I'm using the same skills, like using the same perceptions in order to figure out who I'm going to interact with, how I'm going to interact, how I'm going to feed myself, how I'm going to shelter myself. So I don't know. Maybe the pinnacle is traveling abroad to go to a transformational festival, and you can mix both of those together.
I've done both.
Well, along those lines, what are some of the skills or abilities that have enabled you to kind of keep it all together in these kinds of situations?
I'm a very detail-oriented person. I'm very responsible, and so it's easy for me to make a plan, go through with it, and navigate and take care of myself. Always be over-prepared for anything.
You mentioned sound healing. Can you tell us a little bit about what that format is, how you got into that, and what it looks like?
Okay, so I've been playing didgeridoo for 20 years now, and throughout the years I've offered sound healing and opening ceremonies and such at gatherings and parties and events. And I recently got really inspired to offer that again. So for the past year, I've been actively giving sound healing ceremonies and have been blessed with the opportunity to get to perform at every festival that I went to this year. And I really, really love holding sacred space with community. I think it's really important to create a space that you can drop into and center amidst all of the people and art and distractions and things that are happening when you're at a festival. I think it's really important to find that space where you can just ground your energy out and just be present and connect with the earth and connect with the higher powers and set intentions.
Great, and how have people responded to that?
Very, very, very positively. People always come up afterwards and thank me for the sound healing and share experiences. A lot of times I'll get emails later from people telling me how it really helped them or set them on a new path. And that's really beautiful and really inspiring to me.
In terms of sound healing, it seems like it's something, at least in terms of what we're calling it, it seems like something that's kind of coming on really strong right now and kind of growing. I know when we were in Bali, they had sound healings once or twice a week at the yoga barn. And, a lot of people are doing sound healings with recorded music and with bowls and bells and things like that. How has it evolved in your mind? Is it something that you see taking on a new form and a new place within the festival culture and the culture itself, or has it always been there, just maybe not as visible and not with that label?
Well, I mean, I've been doing sound healing for probably 15 years now, so it's not anything new to me at all. I definitely have been seeing it more at festivals in the recent years. That I will definitely say is true. It's always been a part of the yoga community and even at weddings and special community gatherings and solstices and such. And yeah, I've been a part of many throughout the years, but it does definitely seem to be catching on with the whole festival community, which I'm really, really appreciating.
Yeah, it seems like, well, it's a balance that's needed if you're staying up all night for days in a row with lots of power, lots of bass. It seems like it's a good thing that people are seeking out a different kind of experience to balance that.
Correct. Yeah, it's just a natural balancing that happens.
Right. How has your personal philosophy or spiritual outlook evolved as a result of this kind of lifestyle?
Oh, I don't even know how to put that into words. um, Dance is a very spiritual practice for me, and I love dancing on the earth. I'm very connected to nature. My spirituality is very connected to nature and natural laws, and so I guess the festival culture gives me a place to express my spiritual side with community. And also the art is very inspiring to me as well. There's a lot of beautiful spiritual art as well.
Yeah. Is there something you could share about yourself that people who know you might find surprising?
That I have many different businesses that I do, many different creative talents. Every other day someone tells me that they had no idea that I played didgeridoo for 20 years, or that I work as a hairstylist, or that I do interior design, or that I'm so grounded and so responsible, because maybe they just see me out, at a nightclub or at a festival. But then we get to talk and they find out that that there's a lot to me. So I have a lot of different sides.
Do you have a vision of what your life or your life experiences or your businesses might look like in, say, 3 to 5 years?
Well, I have a lot of projects that I'm currently working on that will be flowering, such as I will be putting out a collaboration album with different musicians that I've collaborated with over the past year or so, where I do spoken word vocals and poetry, and musicians make music to it. I will also be traveling more. I'd also see myself giving sound healing ceremonies around the world, not just on the West Coast. And I will be putting out a poetry book. I'm currently making a new website, so learning new skills that I didn't have before, which is very exciting for me. And I foresee myself possibly teaching some sort of workshop of some sort, possibly in the areas of creating sacred space, and also possibly in the areas of masculine and feminine energy and relating. And I'm also very inspired and have a passion for interior design, so I definitely see myself doing much more of that in the future. And really open. I mean, I'm an artist. I get inspired by so many different things. So really anything could happen.
Yeah, it's pretty clear you're a creative channel. So as long as that creativity is flowing through, something wonderful is bound to happen.
Yeah.
What advice would you give to somebody, say, who's watching this video and goes, "Wow, I'd like to have that lifestyle"?
Best advice I can give is to follow your heart. Follow your dreams, your passions. Like, you know your talents, and your talents are the key to your purpose in this life. And you may have several different purposes that you're. I don't like to say the word supposed to fulfill in this lifetime. So if you actually listen to yourself and listen to your yearnings, then I think that you can share those gifts with the world. So get the skills you need to share your gifts and make it happen. And Only you can do that.
Do you feel that the proliferation of transformational festivals all over the planet is contributing anything significant to the world at large in terms of, evolution or peace or understanding or anything along those lines? And if so, what do you see? What do you perceive?
Well, absolutely. I see a lot of different people coming together in one space who come from many different backgrounds, different ages, different spiritual beliefs, and just see them coming together and having a great time celebrating together. I see that a lot of people get inspired. A lot of people get inspired to change their lives for the better, to grow into more open-minded, open-hearted, and harmonious people. And I see that a lot of people just get extremely inspired, and they bring that into their own lives and into the world. And I think that that is a pretty powerful energy.
Any last thoughts that you would like to share with our community, those who will be watching this video?
Just that I'm really grateful to be a part of such a wonderful and supportive community. And it's truly a blessing to get to share with everyone.